Please join. Yeah. So limits x tends to 0. That means that the value of x is going towards the 0. It can be 0. It can be 0.009. Okay. It can be minus 0.5. Any number, but very nearer to 0. The x value will not be 5999 or 599. X value will not be 599. Okay, because it's not nearer value. Okay, so x is, by this x tends to 0 is mean that x value is nearer to the, is nearing, is tends towards the 0. It can be plus 0 point plus or negative, no problem. Now let's find out this process, this method. Look, this method will not do in any exam or any purpose, so I'm not going to explain this one. Okay, this one I just show you how to find the value. Okay, by theory, physically, not theoretically. So we'll not use anywhere this kind of thing. So I'll not I'm not showing you how to do, but only to say you the values. We can only to explain the left hand limit and right hand limit. I'll explain this one. So you can see here we have to find the value of fx, right? So if we put in this function, you can see this function, in this function if we put x equal to 2, okay, we'll get 0 by 0 form. It is 0, it is called determinant form. Okay, indeterminate form. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to find the, we have to find the we have to put different value to find the value of this. Okay, so if we put 1.998, we'll get this value 3.998. If we put 1.999, we are getting 3.99. If we put 1.99, 1.99 means instead of x, if you put, we'll get this value. So like if you put this value, look, all the values are nearer towards the 4. Okay, 4 is when you put x equal to 2, here actually x tends to 2. Okay, so if you put x equal to 2, we are getting 4, right? So look, all the values from the left hand side, all the values is nearing towards the 4, right? And similarly, if you put just greater than the 2, like 2.01, 2.001, 2.002, all these value, you will see all the value is very nearer to 4. Okay, so we can say the, from the right side also, the value of fx is going towards the 4. And these cases which is on the left hand side, this is called left hand limit. We have to find the, in a number line, if you suppose this is a number line, suppose this is a number line and this is 0, so these all value will situated on the left hand side. Okay, and all these value will situated on the right hand side. So this is our left hand limit. This is actually the graphical representation, the representation of the left hand limit. We all till we take already 4-5 classes, so all of you are very familiar with left hand limit and right hand limit, right? But what is actually graphical representation? Graphical representation is this. So left hand limit means from the left hand side the numbers are approaching towards the 0. So obviously left hand side you can see all numbers is less than 4. Okay, whatever number you will put, always you will get less than 4, but it is very near to 4, but you will get less than 4. You can get 3 triple nine, after 3 decimal you can get 100 of 9, but it is not exactly 4, right? It's very less limit. So whenever we are using left hand limit, you remember we use minus sign, because it is on the left hand side. We know that in number line, left hand side is negative and right hand side, whenever we wrote, we used to write plus sign. So these are the few things we have to remember. Next part is how we have to approach to the problems. So we did one problem. Suppose fx equal to given, this question we are not do, we'll directly do about the, yeah, example 2 we can take. Okay, example 2, you can see fx was given, you can see fx was given equal to sin x, and we have to find f of we have to find limit x tends to pi by 2 fx. So how to do this one? We have to you can see left hand limit is f, left hand limit will be equal to fx pi by 2 minus, right? So pi by 2 minus means we have to find pi by 2 minus h. Okay, whenever we have to find, suppose we have to find left hand limit, always will be equal to, suppose left limit x tends to a minus, okay, fx. So next line we will write limit h tends to 0. Here I will write f of a minus h. Similarly, on the right hand limit we will write, on right hand limit it will be limit h, on right hand limit it will be limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h. Okay, so these are the few things we have to remember. So in all question also you have to use this formula only. Okay, so I'm not going to explain all this. I'll do some problems from exercise. Okay, let's algebra. Let me discuss the algebra one. Algebra is very simple. Algebra is also known as theorem one. So algebra is very simple. Algebra is saying that suppose limit fx x tends to a fx plus gx. So basically nothing. You just you can just open the bracket and you can split the limit like this. That limit x tends to 0, sorry, x tends to a fx plus limit gx x tends to a. So you can write, you can split like this, okay, just a normal numbers. Then next limit fx minus gx. Similarly minus in on the case of minus also we will having same. You can just split the numbers like this, fx minus gx. Then and whenever product is there, product in the, on the case of product also, fx, you can see fx into this is into sign into gx. So you can write limit fx into gx. Okay, this is a simple logic. Similar division also, limit fx divided by gx. So we'll write limit fx divided by gx. We can write like this. Okay, no worry. Then we have one thing is that it is a constant. So suppose any constant is multiplied with the function, you can take the constant out of the limit. Okay, so these are the few algebra we used to learn while we did the limit. Okay, next we can yeah, rational function was the important one, important thing. Rational function means if you can write, rational function is very much related to the rational number. The rational numbers, I hope you remember rational numbers. What are the rational numbers? The number which can be written in p by q form, right, where p and q were integer, and and prq integer, yeah, prq are integers, and q not equal to 0. If you remember the rational number, rational function is same, only here it is a function. So rational function is saying that every function in if a function can be written as, if a function can be written as gx by hx. What is gx hx? Gx and hx is another polynomial. Okay, so we can write if fx can be written as gx by hx, we can write that if gx and hx are polynomial. Okay, so in this two case, and hx have to be a non-zero now polynomial. So if these three condition satisfied, then we can say that this is the rational function. So this is the few definition of rational function. um, Now we can do some exercise question. I will do the some exercise question which was not in given, which was given homework actually. So like that, one example was question number 1 to 11 was homework, right? So let's do one question number 8. Question number 8. Let's do question number 8. Okay, before question number 8, we can do just explain the theorem 2 and theorem few theorem, then we'll understand. In theorem 2, you can see that it's saying that these are the things that we will use much. Theorem 2, theorem 5, these are the very important useful theorem. So you can see one thing. It's theorem 2 is saying for any positive integer n, limit x minus x tends to a, x to the power n minus a to the power n divided by x minus a equal to n a to the power n minus 1. So you can see this limit is saying this is saying that suppose limit x tends to a, and it is given x to the power n minus a to the power n. If this happen, divided by x minus, if this happens, this limit will be equal to n into a to the power n minus 1. Now what is the use of this? Whenever we'll get any kind of limit, we'll try to convert in this form. Okay, then so that we'll get the value, direct value. So this is our work. Our work will be, we have to convert the limit in this particular form. Then we'll write the, we can find the value of the limit easily. Similarly, in their example also there you can check. Theorem 3 and theorem 4 is not that much use. Okay, so I'm not doing this one actually. I am doing question number theorem number 5, that is most important. This two theorem is very very important. One is theorem 5 is limit x tends to 0 sin x by x, this value is 1. Okay, so whenever we'll get this kind of equation, or sorry, this kind of limit, we have to try to convert this one in sin x by x form. Okay, so next will be Next will be limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos x by x, that value is 0, and limit x tends to 0, tan x by x. So these three things we have to remember. These four things actually. These four things is very very important. These three and the previous one, theorem 2, that is limit x tends to a, x to the power n minus a to the power n, x minus a equal to a, sorry, not a, n a to the power n minus 1. These four in this exercise theory 13.1, these three is the most useful formula. Understood? Then so we can go to some exercise question. For this one I'll do question number okay, check your book, page number 311, page number 311, question number 8. Question number 8. The quiz question is given limit x tends to 3 x to the power 4 minus 81 divided by 2x square minus 5x minus 3. So in this question, first try to put the value of 3 in the denominator. Okay, so if you put the value in the denominator, what you will get? You will get 2 into 3 square minus 5 into 3 minus 3. So if you multiply this on 2 and 3 square, 9 and 18 minus 15 minus 3. So denominator will be 0. So whenever denominator will be 0, we have to reduce this one. Okay, so that we can use some other formula, or so that this things can be changed. So what we have to do, we have to factorize the denominator. How to do? It will be limit x tends to 3 Denominator we have to do middle term factor. It is 2x square minus 3x minus 2x minus 3. Look, 3x minus 2x. I'm not explaining the middle term factor. I hope all of you know the middle term factor. What I will do, I am explaining. I'll not explaining the middle term factor. So you can see that this 3x minus 2x is 5x, and numerator we'll try to write like this: x square whole square. Look, x square whole square is x square whole square is x to the power 4, and 81 is 9 whole square, right? Then denominator will write like this: denominator will write like so it will be limit x tends to 3. Numerator we'll use a square minus b square formula, so we'll get x square plus 9 and x square minus 9. Denominator, what I will get, I will take x common. If we take x common, it will be 2x minus 3, and here if we minus 1 common, it will be 2x. Oh well, we can't break this 5x. We can't break like this. We have to break 6x plus x. Okay, I did a mistake actually. Here 5x equal to, we have to break 6x plus x. Okay, otherwise it will be not a deal. Understood? So be careful about this one. So it will be, if you take 2x common, it will be x minus 3. If you take 1 common, it will be x minus 3. Then x square limit x tends to 3. Denominator we can take x minus 3 common, and it will be 2x plus 1. And if you see the numerator, it will be x square plus 1 and x square minus 9. 9 is 3 square, so I can write x minus x plus 3 and x minus 3. Okay, by a square minus b square, this one. Okay, so what we can see x minus 3 and x minus 3 is cancelled, right? X minus 3 and x minus 3 are cancelled. Okay, so what you have to do, we have to then next we have to put the value in this function. Why now we can put, now look, if we put 3 here, denominator, it will not be a 0. So now we can put the value here. We have limit x tends to 3, 2x minus plus 1, x square plus 9, x plus 3. So if you put 3, it will be 2 into 3 plus 1, it will be 3 square plus 9 and it will be 3 plus 3. So 3 square means 9. 9 plus 9 is 18 into 3 plus 3 is 6. Denominator 6 plus 7. So this is the answer. Answer may be 108 by 7. This is our answer. Okay. Then, so this is the thing. So whenever we will do this kind of question, direct question, there is no trigonometry. Okay. If you remember the theorem 2, there is no trigonometry. So whenever this direct question, we have to find that how we can eliminate the denominator. How we can eliminate. Can you please solve question number 6 too? Okay, question number 6. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Question number 6. Okay, question number 6. Let me explain again. Question number 6. Limit x tends to 0, x plus 1 to the power 5 minus 1. This actually this expansion will be binomial. Okay, so binomial expansion you in from your syllabus is already omitted, but still for this expansion I will write here x plus 1 to the power 5. The expansion will be x to the power 5 plus 5 x to the power 4, 5 x to the power 4 into 1. 5 x to the power 4 into 1. Okay, actually this is 5c1, that is permutation combination 1. Okay, so directly I'm just writing the formula. Then it will be 5c2. 5c2 means what? 20 10 10 x to the power 3 1 square. Then it will be 5c3. 5c3 means 20 60 60 by 3 20 4 20 60 60 by 3 60 by 3 20. It will be 20 x square into 1 cube. Then it will be 5c4. 5c4. 5c4 means 10. 10 10x. Okay, 10x into 1 to the power 4. And then sorry, one thing, it will be 5c1 5c2. 5c2 how much? 5c2. 5c2 means 5 factorial 5 factorial 4 3 2 denominator this 2 factorial 2 factorial 3 into 2, so it is 2 and 3. The 5c2 is 3, 5c3. Wait, okay, I have to calculate this one. 5c3, 5c3 means 5 4 3 2 3 factorial into 2 factorial. 1 3 factorial 2 factorial means this one. Or this for both will be 10. It will be 10. It will be 10 and it will be 5. It will be 5. It will be 1 to the power 5. Okay, look, this is the binomial expansion. Okay, expansion, the numerator part. Okay, x plus 1. I hope you only stuck here. Otherwise, this is so simple problem. Understood? So the expansion is like that. Binomial, you will learn in this binomial chapter. You will learn that if a number is suppose a number is the expansion is I'm showing here a plus b to the power n. Okay, binomial there is this here it is deducted. So the formula is a to the power n plus nc1. nc1 means n combination 1. This we will learn in permutation combination chapter. Okay, and one power of a will be deducted and power of b will be increased. That is the flow. Okay, plus it will be nc2 a to the power n minus 2 b square. Look, always the power have to be n. Look, a, if we add the power 1 cancel, look, the power is always constant. This is the binomial theorem. Understood? If you put n equal to 2, you will get a plus b whole square formula. Understood? If you put n equal to 2, you will get the a plus b whole square formula. If you put n equal to 3, you will get okay. So this will flow like this. nc3 you will all learn later. Okay, I'm not going to explain this one now, just I'm showing the flow. N minus 3 b3. Okay, similarly it will continue and last number will be b to the power n. If you put, you can evaluate this formula by using a plus b whole square or a plus b whole cube formula. You can do like this. Okay, next so our x plus 1 whole to the power 5 formula will be x to the power 5 5x to the power 4 plus 10x cube plus 10x square plus 5x plus 1. So if you put the formula, if you put in the formula, if you put this formula here, you will get limit x tends to 0. Instead of x to the power x plus 1, it will be x to the power 5 plus 5x to the power 4 plus 10x cube plus 10x square plus 5x plus 5x plus 1, and if this minus 1 will be here. Okay, and denominator it will be x. So you can see 1 cancel. Whenever 1 cancel, look, all the numbers have x, right? So next line I'll take x common. On next line x tends to 0. From numerator I'll take x common. So it will be x to the power 5, x to the power 4. It will be x to the power 4 plus 5 x cube plus 10 x square plus 10 x plus 5. Now this x and x cancel. Okay, now you look, you can put the limit value 0 here. Okay, if you put 0 here, it will be 0 to the power 4 5 into 0 cube, 10 into 0 square, basically always 0 into 0 plus 5. Only the value will be 5. Okay, this is an important, good question, because the expansion many of you will not know, because this year actually this binomial chapter deleted. They're very bad things. Okay, any other question from 1 to 15? Any other question you want me to do? 1 to 22. Any other question you want to do? I guess after 22 I did all the problems. Let's see. I'm not sure though. Yeah, 26 I did it, and 23 one half part. So let me know any other question you want me to do from 1 to 22. Otherwise I'll choose any random question. I hope I'm audible well. Okay, question number 19, fine. Question number 19 is given limit x tends to 0, x tends to 0, x sec x. Okay, now whenever trigonometry is there, trigonometry we only know three formula, right? One is sin x, I'm not writing the limits, okay? Sin x by x equal to 1, and 1 minus cos x by x equal to 0, and tan x by x equal to 1. All are limit, okay? All limit x tends to 0. We only know three, this one. So we have to convert these things in that part. We have to convert the sec x to the cos x. Okay, so let's try to do how to convert. We'll try to limit x tends to 0, sec x equal to, I'll write the relation between, what is the relation between sec square x, and I hope all of you know this one, sec square x minus tan square x equal to 1, right? Oh, no need actually, sorry, we no need to, this is so simple question. Wait, okay, we don't need to actually, x is there, okay, sec x equal to, I can write 1 cos x, 1 by cos x. Even we don't need this, all this formula also, we don't need this one. Very very simple question this is, we don't need even. Okay, we can write sec x is equal to 1 by cos x, right? Now try to put the 0 here. If you put 0 here, what I will get? For x I will get 0 into, what is the value of cos 0? Anyone? What is the value of cos 0? What is the value of cos 0? Value of cos 0? I hope everyone know it is 1, right? Value of cos 0 is 1. So cos 0 is, if you put cos 0, it will be 1. Look, denominator is not 0. So when denominator is not 0, we can approach to that value. Okay, we no need to change anything. So this is so simple question. After that, after this line, we can directly put the value of this. So we'll get 0 into 1 by cos 0. We know that 0 cos 0 1 by cos 0 means 1 by 1, so that is equal to answer is 0. We can only we can't only go further when the denominator is 0, but here denominator is not 0, so we can go further. Okay, so very simple question. I was thinking to do in other way, but this is so simple question. I was thinking to do use the tan formula, but this is so simple. Anything else? Any other question till 22? Till question number 22? Any other question? Question number 14. Question number 14. Question number 10 and question number 14. Okay, fine. Question number 10. Let's do question number 10. Question number 10. Limit z tends to 1, z to the power 1 by 3 minus 1, z to the power 1 by 6 minus 1. Okay, how to do? We have to do some substitution here. What substitution do? We'll do take let x equal to z to the power 1 by 6. Okay, we'll take x equal to z to the power, even without substitution also we can do. No worry, but still we'll do the substitution. It will be easier for you. So if we'll take x tends to z to the power 1 by 6. Okay, so what is the value of x square? X square value will be z to the power 1 by 6 whole square. So you can see 2 and 6 will cancel, it will be z to the power 1 by 3. So look, x square value we got x z to the power 1 by 3, that is situated in the equation. Okay, in the function actually. So we can see that as z is tends to 1, okay, x will be also tends to 1. Why? Because z to the power 1 by 6 is 1 to the power 1 by 6, and 1 to the power 1 by 6 equal to 1. Okay, now come to the question. Therefore our limit will looks like limit x tends to 1, x square minus 1 divided by x minus 1. Why x square? Look here, numerator it was z to the power 1 by 3, and what value we got? Z to the power 1 by 3. We got 1 minus x square. Look, x square equal to z to the power 1 by 3. So we replace z to the power 1 by 3 with x square, and z to the power 1 by 6 was denominator, we replace with x. I hope after that you can do this question, right? What we have to do? We have to just limit x tends to 1. It will be formula x plus 1 x minus 1 divided by x minus 1. So x minus 1 cancel. Just put in the value, it will be limit x tends to 1 x plus 1. So it will be 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Okay, without substitution now you can do, but it will be complicated for you, so I didn't did. I am showing you how to do. If anyone can do without substitution, you can do also. Even because substitution I also don't like, because it used to take a little space, I mean a little time actually. Without substitution, what we can do, we can write, I'm showing this function. Don't just copy. Okay, I'm just showing you how we can do without substitution. I mean, don't copy means don't just continue, don't think that this is a part of the question. This is the alternative method. So we can write this z to the power 1 by 3, we can write z to the power 1 by 6 whole square. Look, this 2 and 6 will cancel, it will be 3. So z to the power 1 by 3 will be remain same, and minus once I'm writing 1 square. And denominator same, keep same, 1 by 6 minus 1. Now look, a square minus b square, so it will be z to the power 1 by 6 plus 1 z to the power 1 by 6 minus 1, just as a plus a square minus b square formula. So here also you can see these things will be cancelled. Okay, only this will remain, and you just put the z value, you can get this thing. Okay, so this is the alternative method. This is the alternative method. The alternative method is you can see this getting only 1 2 3 4 steps. Okay, so those who are not comfortable with the alternative method, you can just take the substitution. Okay, no problem. Then question number 14. Question number 14 have also doubt. Let's do question number 14. Question number 14. What is question number 14? Question number 14 is sine ax by sine bx. This is an easy question. I think this kind of question we did. Question number 14. Limit x tends to 0 sine ax sine bx. Okay. Limit x tends to 0. I'm writing sine ax. I'm dividing here abx into abx sine bx. I can write like this because abx and abx will cancel. Okay. Basically, look, whenever sine kind of things is there, na, so we have to convert in sine x by x form. Okay, we have to try to convert in sine x by x form, and here x na, x can be come as 7x, 8x, or any number of x. So that number we have to multiply here also. Okay, and if we multiply 7 here, we can multiply 7 outside, and this 7 will come outside because 7 is a constant. Am I clear? The what approach need to learn. Okay, the in the every question the approach have to be learned. So whenever sine x, sine kind of thing is there, we have to always convert in sine. We have to convert in sine something x divided by something x. If it's x, we have to divide with x. If x is multiplied with some number, then we have to divide with that number. So here you can see I'm dividing with this abx. Why abx? B I can take outside as a constant, and ax, look, ax and ax is there. Similarly, here I will take out the a outside. So bx will be come down and it will be sine bx by bx. This trick should be learned. Okay. So next line I will write limit x tends to 0 sine ax by ax into 1 by b. Fine. Then into means this is another bracket, this is another bracket, and this will be another bracket, into limit x tends to 0 bx by sine bx. Okay, into a. So next line next line I can take the all the constant outside. So if you take the constant outside, from here what will come out? It will be 1 by a, sorry, 1 by b. It will be 1 by b, and from there 1 by a will come out. Okay, so what will remain here? Here it will remain limit x tends to 0 sine ax by ax. What will remain here? Here I can write 1 by, okay, I'm not doing step jumping. Limit x tends to 0, I can write 1 by sine bx by bx. I hope this step you know. This step I hope you understood. That is, suppose 5 by 7. This one equal to 1 by 7 by 5. So numerator can come denominator of denominator. Okay, the denominator of the denominator is always go to the numerator. This explanation is class 6-7 explanation. Okay, so I'm not going to do. So next line, here what we can see, we can write a by b into, and this one will give you what? This one will give you 1, and here we'll get 1 by sine of, sorry, 1 by limit, 1 by, from here I'll write limit x tends to 0 sine bx by bx. Why I'm not writing a limit on the numerator? Because the numerator there is no x is there, so there is no, I mean, we don't need to write limit on the numerator. Okay, so here we can see a by b into 1 into, this one also will be 1 by 1, this denominator will be 1, so ultimate answer is a by b. Fine. So anything else after 14? After 14 to 22, any question? Question number 10, 14, 19 done. Anything else till 22? Sir, question number 18. Okay, question number 18. 18 I guess I did, right? I forget though. It's okay, 18, no problem. Let's do question number 18. Limit 18 also same. X tends to 0, ax plus x cos x. Ax plus x cos x. 18 I did, then I will explain the 18 only. Otherwise, same thing we have to do. It's okay, let's do once, no problem. X cos x divided by b sin x. Okay, so this question now basically sin x as cos x we can see. Okay, and we can see something cos x and sin x. So first our work will be to separate. I will be limit x tends to 0. I'll separate ax plus b sin x. B sin x. Now look, a and b is constant, so we don't have to think about a and b much. What we will do, we'll take this x to the denominator of sin x, so that limit x tends to 0, so it will be 1. Understood? Similarly, plus, first break, it will be x by b right like this, 1 by b into x cos x by sin x. Okay, I hope no problem. Next line, limit x tends to 0, a by b, I'm writing 1 by sin x by x. Always the numerator can come to the denominator of the denominator. Okay, here I'm writing 1 by b into x, I'm remaining same, it will be sin x by cos x. X I will take on the next step, so it will be cot 0 is how much? Cot 0, cot means cos by sin. No, cot 0 is not. Okay, next line, I am breaking this one. Okay, it will be, okay, just keep this one, limit x tends to 0, a by b into 1 by sin x by x. Here I'm writing 1 by b into x tan x. Right, I hope no problem. Sin x by cos x tan x. So now I'm breaking the limits. Okay, I'm opening the bracket. So it will be limit x tends to 0, if you open the this one, if you open the bracket, look, a by b was the constant, so a by b will be come outside, it will be limit x tends to 0, 1 by sin x by x, and here it will be 1 by b outside, and this constant limit x tends to 0, 1 by tan x by x. Here also look, check x by tan x, so I'm writing 1 by tan x by x. So numerator is coming denominator of the denominator. Next line is easy. Next line, all the limit will come the denominator. Why I'm not taking on the denominator? Because denominator there is no x. So here it will be a by b into 1 by limit x tends to 0, sin x by x, okay, and then here 1 by b into limit 1 by 1 by limit x tends to 0, tan x by x. So you can see these two value, this value and this value is 1. So our target will be, whenever we'll get the thing, our target will be to construct that in our known standard form. So here we know that a by b will be equal to 1 by into this value will be 1, so it will be 1 by 1 plus 1 by b into 1 by 1. So a by b plus 1 by b. If you take LCM, answer will be 1 by a, a plus 1 by b. Okay. So this question, you can see this question looks very complicated, long, but this is not. But I just have to follow the steps. Okay. Otherwise, in JEE mains or any other competitive exam, we used to solve this question in 2 lines only. Understood? So these are the things. Okay. Any question else till 22? Question number 22. Because after 22 there is, we just did this one, so that is not that much use, but up to 22 we need to practice some more. Okay, though if I get chance I'll revise again at the end of the year. Okay, not now, next day we'll directly do derivative, otherwise derivative will be such long. Any question else till 22? Question number 22. I didn't did only question number 26, but I hope question number 26. How many of you stuck in question number 26? Because question number 26 and 25 is same question. Only the numerator comes to denominator. Only numerator denominator flipped. Anyone having doubts on question number 26? Check your book, page number 312. Anyone have doubts on question number 26? Still I didn't get any answer. Okay, fine, then question number up to 22, if anyone have doubts, you just let me know the question number. I will wait another 3-4 minutes, otherwise I will end the class. Okay. Till 22, if any have doubt, let me know the question number, otherwise I will end the class. So basically in this chapter, limit chapter, the question, you have to remember, whenever the question is coming in the in the trigonometry, we have to remember well, this one, another question, wait a minute. Yeah, whenever trigonometry is related question, we have to remember these three one. This limit sin x by x, 1 minus cos x by x, and tan x by x. Okay, so if you remember this one, If you remember only these three, it will be no problem. And whenever the question comes for the this related things like x to the power n, we have to remember the theorem too. Okay, so is there anything else you want to know? Okay, no, still no response. So do one thing, I'm ending the class at here. Okay, you just send me the roll numbers now.